Maybe. Aha! There we are. Can everybody see me now? Oh my gosh, guys. I am so sorry. I don't think I was live just a second ago. Okay, now I am because I'm getting feedback. Holy crap. Okay, so now we're live. Welcome, guys. I just posted the link on Instagram. And I was just talking to myself about my project. So today I am working on the Christmas book. So this Christmas book, I'm planning to post it a chapter at a time in December, this December. So if you are a Patreon subscriber, it is only $5 a month. So if you are a Patreon subscriber, then you'll be able to read that book as I release it all this December. If not, you can buy it next Christmas. So I'm planning to publish it another year from now, but what'll be on Patreon will be like the first draft version of it, which is kind of fun, I think, to see the behind the scenes. I've been involved in a little bit of beta reading for other people's projects, and it's just kind of fun to see projects grow and see it to completion. So if that's something that you might enjoy, then you will love the Patreon book. I think it'll probably be 20-ish, somewhere between 20 and 30 chapters. I average like a 70,000 word novel, and this is going to be like a quick one. So it's a little witchy romance is the way I pitched it on Jen's bookshelf yesterday when I was in her live stream, or on Sunday. Sunday, I did a ton of writing. I have been writing this book. I started it on Wednesday, and I'm already 16,635 words in. So I'm pretty far into it. On Sunday, when I was in that other live stream with Jen's bookshelf, I wrote 8,193 words. So I'm averaging lots of words per day these days, because it hasn't even been a week and I'm already like pretty far into the book. I've already established the plot and the conflicts, and I'm getting to like all my beats or my points. So super cool. And yeah, I cannot wait to start working on that. I've already been writing a little bit on it this morning, so I've gotten like into it, which is part of the reason I was a little bit late getting started. I lost track of time a little bit. So what is everybody else working on? What are you guys working on? Anything in particular? All right, let's just check Instagram here. So it is NaNoWriMo. So if you didn't know, if you're one of my friends joining that is not a writer, NaNoWriMo is National Novel Writing Month. So the challenge is to write a 50,000 word novel, or just 50,000 words of a novel, in the month of November. Some people go to extreme and write a lot. I think Jen is actually working on a 70,000 word novel right now, and that's her goal. I am not. I started on the third book in the Guardians of the Sixth Gate series. I just finished writing the second one, so it's sitting, and I was going to write the third one for my NaNoWriMo project, and it never really took off, and now I'm further into this Christmas book than I was on that. So for me, NaNoWriMo has kind of just gone by the wayside. I'm not worrying about it too much. I'm still having a lot of fun looking at other people's projects and sharing in like the live streams and things that are going up on YouTube just to celebrate and to write together. I think it's fun to share in that sense. So I'm still kind of participating in it, but I don't have an established project anymore for it that's being tracked on their website. So you could kind of say I'm not doing Nano anymore. So today I'm going to continue working on the Christmas book, I think that, let me see. I think maybe we should just go ahead and get into the first sprint. It's 1:39. I'm not planning on going too long because I have a therapy appointment at 4:30 and I have some things that I need to get done around here before because I have to actually drop Finn off. So, but I am planning to do maybe an hour or so with you guys. So I'm using a different timer also. So the timer I'm using is preset. I can't change the time for 25 minutes, which I think is a pretty good sprint because usually when I do these kinds of productivity sprints on my own, I do about 20 minutes and then pause. So 25 is a pretty good midpoint. So I think that maybe we should just go ahead and get into that first sprint. So let me, how does this work? Share screen. I want to share, whoopsie, not the entire screen, just this one. So here's that one. I want to be, whoa, sorry guys. I want to be here though. Do we like this? Do we want to be nice and big? What do we think, guys? Let's be down here. Okay, so we are going to start the first sprint, 25 minutes, and we will start now. Okay. So I got 574 words written, which is great. Make a note of that. So that puts me at 17,204 words to go into this second sprint. So, how did everybody else do? I am feeling pretty dang good. All right. So, I guess we haven't talked about it. What are everybody's Thanksgiving plans if you celebrate? I guess not everybody may celebrate Thanksgiving even in the US, but especially if you're overseas. We've already done some of our Thanksgiving. So we had an early Thanksgiving lunch with my mom's side over the weekend. So we've already done that. And on Thanksgiving Day, which is Thursday, we'll be with my dad's side. So on my mom's side, Finn, my toddler, he's 2. He's one of many little ones. And so he had a great time playing with them. Thursday, I believe he'll be the only kiddo, period, there on my dad's side. So we're kind of planning ahead the different things we need to bring, some activities that we could do while we're there to keep him occupied. So it should be really, really fun. But those are my plans. Other than that, we are pretty much just here around the house this week. Alex is doing a lot of work because it's a big week for him. So he is part of the committee here in town that helps with this Christmas tree project. So Enid, Oklahoma, since last year, has the tallest Christmas tree. Um, that was a thing last year, and they're continuing that. So he's part of the board that plans all of the events around the Christmas tree. It has already gone up. I think that they finished or they're working on finishing decorating it. So it's pretty cool. Look it up. And if you're in Oklahoma or the surrounding area, you should come and visit because it's pretty cool downtown, and there'll be lots of events in December downtown to go along with it. There's also a skate rink, so you could do some ice skating. We did not get to do that last year. It was always so busy. But we might do that this year. I don't think Alex has ever been ice skating. I haven't been in a really long time, but it's fun. I like ice skating. Oops, didn't mean to click that one. So, what are you guys listening to right now? Do you listen to music while you write or while you like do other productive tasks? If I'm just around the house cleaning, I usually have YouTube up and going. A lot of times it's true crime. I like Kendall Ray's channel. She does true crime. I like to listen to her cover a bunch of different crimes and different cases. That's really fun. I don't have any going right now, but usually if I'm not listening to YouTube, I'm listening to whatever audiobook I have at the moment. I am a little behind on that. I don't actually have any audiobooks I'm listening to right now. I've been slowly getting back into like a normal running routine, and that's usually something I do when I run is listen to audiobooks. So, if you guys have any suggestions of really good books right now, or maybe just books that make for really good audiobooks, leave that in the comments. I would love to know what you're reading right now, or I would love some suggestions. So, but I do listen to music when I write. So right now I'm listening to an Alex Rainbird, I think, something like that. Alex Rainbird music playlist. It's winter music for this last year, I think. I'm listening to that while I write. It just really sets the mood for this Christmas book. It's all indie music. So that's what I'm listening to today as we write. That's been really fun. What are you guys streaming right now? My husband and I, Alex and I, just finished watching the 2 seasons that are out of Ted Lasso. That was really fun. I wasn't as like amazed with it as I thought I would be by the end of the second season. I kind of like went up on a high note and now it's sort of like dwindled a little, but I am interested to see what comes in for this next season because certain people parted ways. But that was a really fun one. We were looking for like some comfort TV, and I really wanted to watch The Office, but The Office is only on Peacock, I think now. It's not on any of the streaming services that we have. I really wanted to watch The Office though, so we settled for Ted Lasso because it was not really similar, but it is funny and comedic in that way. So that's what we've been watching recently. But now that we're going towards Christmas season, I'm sure that we'll move into some Christmas movies soon. We watched Spirited last night, which is the Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell movie. It's really funny. I did not know. I knew a little bit about what the movie was because YouTube keeps pushing ads to me, but I didn't know it was a musical. And it was written, my husband and I watch lots of musicals. Alex knows a lot of music and being in that world since that's what his degree's in. And so there were little licks throughout or songs that sounded extremely familiar to me. And I was trying to place what musical it was like. And after Alex and I started talking about it, it didn't take him very long and he placed it. He said, "Oh, Dear Evan Hansen." And he said, "I bet it's the same people that produced it." And sure enough, we looked it up. It's some of the same people that did like The Greatest Showman, which made sense as soon as I said that. We found that. And Dear Evan Hansen was one that they'd worked on. So that was really fun. It was funny and it had some of that like Christmassy spirit to it. It's all based on the Charles Dickens novel, A Christmas Carol. So if you know that story, I think everybody knows that story. It's similar, it's the same storyline, but I liked the spin on it. It wasn't the typical take on A Christmas Carol. It was a really fun creative license with those characters. So, I guess unless there's anything else we want to talk about, I'm thinking that maybe we go into the next sprint. It is 2:13. We can do another 25-minute sprint, see how far that gets us. Hopefully, um, it'll get me pretty far. I'm getting a lot of words down. I'm planning to write, I mean, of course, right now during these sprints, but I'm hoping to write later this evening also, because since I'm off this week, really my only plan for this week, other than playing with Finn all day, is to write as much as I can. I am right now, the chapter I'm writing on right now, I am on chapter 7. So the plan is to release a chapter a day on Patreon in December. So I'm about a week ahead, which is nice because I know that some of my writing progress is going to slow up when I um, get back to work. And so I'm going to try and write during the week still because I've kind of carved out time for that, but I know I'm going to slow up. So I want to get as many chapters ahead as I can. That way I can keep that one a day post schedule and not have to worry too much about having the time to write all those. So let's go ahead and move into the second sprint. So I'm going to get our little timer back up. I think I liked being down here in this little bubble. So I'm going to be down here in this little bubble. And we will start our second sprint. All right. Good luck. Alrighty. How was everybody's sprint? Anybody super productive? I just figured it up, and for the second sprint, I wrote 612 words. So it was a lot quicker to get out. You could say I kind of warmed up, I guess, after that first one. Although right now it is freezing. I'm going to have to turn off this fan because the house is set at like 72 or 3. So I know it's not just cold in here. It has to be like being underneath this fan. So that's going to change here in a second. So I've written, let's see, I've written 1,186 words for today. That's not bad. And we still have a little bit more time before I need to kind of wrap things up to get ready for therapy. And I'm also hoping to write a little bit when I get home. So it's going really well. Pretty good sprint so far. I'm getting into a lot of the plot things now in the Christmas book. I'm getting to the part where like the hook really comes in. I can't wait to like start releasing promotional things for this book. It's super, super fun, adorable, and a nice change of pace from the seriousness of Guardians of the Sixth Gate. I kind of want to focus on book 2 in that series before I jump the gun for book 3. I want to make sure that I really like where book 2 is going because book 3 gets really dark. And so I think I need to just return to book 2 because I'm planning to release that one in the spring. So I think I need to let it sit and then go and start doing my edits before I do much with book 3. So that's what the plan is right now for that. I do plan on continuing to write the Christmas book into December, but I want to use part of Christmas break to do at least the read through for book 2, which is Shade of the Shadowlands. I want to do that read through in December because I'll have more time. And I try to, after I've let the book rest for a while, I try to read it in as close to one sitting as I can because it mimics the actual experience of reading the book a little better. And when I read it in that close, like that short a time frame, I'm getting all of the details at once rather than like things spread out. So I'm not missing as much. So I have a lot of things planned in December. And after December, I'm into publication mode and editing mode and stuff for Shade of the Shadowlands because I think that I haven't released a date yet, but I think that'll have a late spring release date. I need to sit down and start looking at kind of my project timelines for the next few months. I usually do that in January. I'm planning on doing like a plan out 2023 video because I usually do that. Sit down and plan out the whole year publishing wise. I usually do that in January. So I need to kind of start thinking on that. Some other things, my website, this one, amyprokopis.com, that got revamped. So I moved from one hosting platform to another. So my website looks a lot different. I redid it all. I got rid of the blog because I found out that I was posting there once a month, but I was really just posting because I always had for a while before I did a lot of social media and before I did YouTube. I would put all of that kind of content there on the blog and I would do like a blog post a month. And I stopped doing that this month because I realized that everything I was writing up and putting on the blog was the exact same thing I did in my monthly YouTube videos where I recap the month. And the videos I do on YouTube are a lot more engaging than the blog posts. So I decided, and I said, it takes up quite a bit of my time to make those blog posts. So why not just focus on some of this other content where it's more engaging and I'm having more success? So I pulled the blog out. So the website is strictly like a landing page for all of my books, all of my upcoming things. There's an event page there where I plan on putting together more information for events. I'd like to go out into my communities, especially to small bookstores. Um, and I'd really like to get out there and do more book signings. So, planning on doing that in the future since we're going into the winter months and it looks like our winter might be a little precarious around here. I probably won't start a lot of that until late spring, but I wanted my website to be more streamlined and easier to look through and more visually aesthetic. So that's why I redid that. So if you haven't visited it yet, you should because there's a shop on there. I don't have that fully up and running, but I'm planning to have that up very soon so that I can sell signed copies. I've seen a lot of other indie authors, especially my TikTok friends, have a lot of success with that. And I think it's a really fun personal way to connect with people. And so I plan to get that up and running so I can sell signed copies and other items to you guys soon. So be on the lookout for that. Ooh, other things that will probably come in December. Because I just had a lot of fun making it for myself, that I'm publishing it. I have a couple notebooks. They're like strictly just writing notebooks, blank paper, with cute little designs that I put together. I was using a lot of that material for myself, for my own writing endeavors. So I put it all together in sort of a writer minded notebook. So I have a proof copy of one of them on the way to me just to make sure everything formatting wise fit and didn't look super funny. And then after that, I'm going to put all of them up. So in December, there should also, in addition to my books, there should also be 4 notebooks on there that you can buy if you want to. They were just really fun to make. So I figure why not put them out there, see what happens. It was something fun for me to create between all of the writing just to like clear my head. So just in time for the holiday season, early December, I'm hoping before even November ends, I'll have those notebooks up on not Instagram, up on Amazon. It'll only be on Amazon. So if you'd like to buy them, you can. I think that's really like the business updates that I haven't shared yet. What's new with you guys? What are your plans going into the end of the year? Because there's only a month left of 2022. That's crazy. Wow. It's almost the point where we need to start talking about what your goals are for 2023. Maybe that's what we could do for like a January live stream. That would be really fun. I don't know if everyone would be down for meeting up for more live streams, but I think they're kind of fun and they hold me accountable. So more than just hopping on here and connecting with you guys, because sometimes nobody ever gets on these live streams and it's just me talking at a camera. But more than just that, it's kind of an accountability piece. It gives me time to focus myself. I have ADHD, if you didn't know. So sometimes it's hard for me to focus. I do a lot better under pressure and with firm deadlines. So that helps me set parameters rather than me setting them myself because I can break my own rules. But when I've told other people expectations and then they also have those expectations, it's easier for me to focus in. So having these live streams is helpful for me. And that's why I do them, even though people don't get on all the time. So I think I've rambled enough. So let's get into the third sprint. So another 25-minute sprint. It's 2:50. I think I'm going to start this sprint by taking a snack break. I might make some popcorn or something. I don't know. I'm kind of hungry. I don't know what time I'll eat tonight since I have therapy and kind of a later schedule. So that's what I think I'm going to do. So let's just kind of gear up, right? Let's put all of this stuff up. So on to the third sprint. I will see you guys in 25 minutes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, how was everybody's sprint? How are we feeling? So, I wrote 390 words in that sprint. So, let's tally up for fun. So, how many do I have today? Oh my gosh. I was not a very good math student, clearly. All right, so I have written 1,797 words for today. I think we talked a little bit. I do plan to write later after this stream a little bit, and then again after therapy this evening. So hopefully I'll get more into that. Right now, actually, I'm at the end of chapter 7, so I do plan to hop off this stream in a minute and finish this chapter. That way, I at least have 7 chapters. I have a whole week worth front loaded. And it's only Tuesday. So I still have a couple more days off from work. I have the rest of this week. I'll have the weekend. And then we go into going towards December. So I need to start posting them by the next Thursday. So I do have quite a bit of time still to write on this project. And then I'm planning to do some writing during the week. So I think it'd be really fun to do more streams, like do once a week. I have a lot of fun joining streams, like Jen's bookshelf. I hop in hers every single Sunday. So I have a really good time doing that, but it's kind of fun to host them myself. I feel like I'm more tuned in with everything. What do you guys think? Anyone want to do more streams? Have any other opinions? Not really. Well, thank you guys so much for joining. Again, this book I've been writing today, this Christmas book, I am going to release like a proper announcement in another couple days since we'll be close to December. If you're a Patreon member, you're going to see that announcement a whole lot sooner. Again, this Christmas book, I plan on publishing the next Christmas, so another year, but I am going to put this rough draft up a chapter at a time on my Patreon. So if you're interested in reading this book, I think it's super fun, super cute, this little witchy romance. If you're interested in reading this especially like as I write it, oh my gosh, that's really fun. I dropped something down here. But if you're interested in reading that rough draft a whole year early, then you can join my Patreon. It's only $5 a month. You could also join in December or right now and only pay and then jump out if you wanted. So just pay like the $5 to read the whole rough draft. That would also work. But I hope everyone would stick around because I do have some really fun things planned in the future to go with my Patreon. I've even thought about just doing these writing streams as Patreon exclusive, which may still be a thing I do. I'm not sure. But let me know if you guys have any thoughts. But otherwise, thanks for sticking around with me. Thanks for hopping on and working with me. I'm into chapter 7, so I'm going to hop off the stream and I'm going to continue wrapping things up with chapter 7. So thank you guys so much. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.